Hello! My name's Ella. I'm Romance Era Ella, and it's February. Oh my gosh, how fast has the first month went by already? This is crazy, but I have so many plans for this channel for February and just from now on, and I can't wait to share this with you. There's a bunch of books I want to read this month, and that's not even all. I also have a bunch on my Kindle that I want to talk about, and let's get right into this before this gets out of hand. Let's start right off with Onyx Storm, and oh my gosh, I can't wait to read this book. I've been waiting for this for so long, and I can't wait to finally read. I had exams in January, so I didn't read it as soon as I came out, so this is my highest priority for February. I feel like the whole world already knows about Onyx Storm, at least the whole bookish bubble, but if you don't, this is the third book to the Empyrean series. The first one is Fourth Wing, the second one is Iron Flame. And that series is my personality. I live for it, and I can't wait to return to Biscayet and to Violet and Xaden, and oh my gosh, I'm so nervous but also so excited. Next up we have Quicksilver by Kelly Hart. This is the alternate cover, and this is gorgeous. I live for this cover, and I can't wait to dive into this book. Honestly, I don't know much about it. I'm pretty sure that his name is Kingfisher. I don't know what her name is. This is definitely fantasy from what I know, and that's all I know. Next up we have Court by Tracy Wolff. This is book number 4, I think, out of the Crave series. I'm not sure if that is the actual title of the series. I don't want to give too much away about this series, but in the first book, Grace has to go to Alaska. She's picked up by her uncle after, I'm pretty sure her parents passed. Oh, I don't remember. It's been a while since I read it. But she has to go to Alaska to this weirdest school or college, and it's a supernatural college, but she doesn't know. But that's all I'm gonna say. It's a really cool book series, and I'm hoping I get through Court pretty soon. City of Heavenly Fire by Cassandra Clare. I have started this series probably in 2020. It's now 2025, and I still have yet to read the last book. I have read the Clockwork series, I have read all the other 5 books, I've even read the Magnus Bane book you should or could read before this. And then I stopped and never picked this back up. So for those that don't know, this series follows Clary, and at first she has no clue about the whole Shadowhunter world, but she's actually a part of it, and within the whole series you get to learn a lot about the Shadowhunters and just the whole world that Cassandra Clare has created. And the first 3 books do have their ups and downs, but I enjoyed them a lot, and I even enjoyed the TV show for that. I never finished that because I never finished this book. Let's move away from fantasy, and next up is Credence by Penelope Douglas. I got this for Christmas in 2023, so it's been on my TBR for over a year, and I have yet to read it. So I'm gonna try to get through this month as well, because I've been lately reading quite a lot of Penelope Douglas and I want to continue. So I feel like this is a good book to continue. This is probably going to be a crazy book because her parents pass away and she gets shipped off to her dad's stepbrother. You can probably imagine the rest when it comes to Penelope Douglas, but I'm also pretty sure that the sons of the father's stepbrother are involved. I don't know. I'm excited to find out. Next up, we have Love Requires Chocolate, and I'm super hyped for this book because this year I'm going on a semester abroad, and this book is about a girl going on a semester abroad. I'm not sure where I'm going quite yet, but she is going to Paris. So this is a cutesy romance about a girl falling in love during her semester abroad in Paris, which amazing, the city of love. I absolutely adore Paris, and this is hopefully gonna be super good. Next up we have The Songbird and the Heart of Stone. I don't own this, so I'm gonna show you on my Kindle app. And I have no idea where my Kindle went. I keep losing that. So here we go. But this is book number 1 of the Shadowborn duet. This is also playing in the Crowns of Nyaxia. I hope you pronounce it like that. In that series, and the first 3 books were so good. The first book is The Serpent and the Wings of the Night, and the next one is The Ashes and the Star-Cursed King. Next up we have Kill Switch by Penelope Douglas, and this is book number 3 in the Devil's Night series, and honestly I'm most excited for this. I had kind of a love and hate relationship with the first book. The second one I loved, and this is about Damon, and he's been quite problematic in the first 2 books, and I can't wait to find out his story because I've kind of loved him in every single book so far. But basically this is about the 4 horsemen, and book number 1 starts with Michael and Rika, and their story is quite toxic, but it's also dark romance, so but it's such a good story, and the 4 horsemen are so good. Next up is Phantasma by Kelly Smith, and I'm super excited for this book. I'm buddy reading this with a friend, and this is about the female main character. Her sister has disappeared, and in order to find her she has to dive into this creepy contest which is pretty deadly, and the only 2 rules are to stay alive and not to fall in love, and that is so crazy. This is book number 1. There is a second book, and I can't wait to dive into this. Next up we have Sidetracked. This is book number 2 in the Mindfuck series by S.J. Abbey, and the first one was incredible. This is basically about an FBI agent. He's a profiler and he's looking for a serial killer, and the woman he's seeing or dating is that serial killer, and he doesn't know. That was such a good first book, and this was not a spoiler by the way, you know that. And I'm gonna continue reading this because the first book was 130 pages, and I don't think this is much bigger, so pretty sure this is just a sweet treat for whenever I have some time. We're nearing the end of our list, but next up we have Little Liar. This is book number 2 in the Web of Silence duet, and the first one was crazy. So the first one's Little Stranger, and I read that as the first book of 2025, and it was so good but also so crazy, so definitely check out the trigger warnings for that. But it was basically adoptive brother, and he was going crazy, but she's also kind of crazy, so it matched. Next up we have Stolen Heir by Sophie Lark. I have read Brutal Prince already, which is book number 1, and book number 1 was amazing, and somehow I never got to book number 2. Stolen Heir is a mafia romance, and it's supposed to be a Beauty and the Beast kind of retelling, but with a mafia twist. And Sophie has a really great writing style, so I can't wait to check this out. And also there's art in the ebooks and the books, and it's kind of spicy here and there and so good. Again, I usually dive into the books blind, so I don't know a lot about this as well, but I've seen this on TikTok quite a few times, and dark and military in one. I'm gonna update you while I'm reading this of what I'm thinking, or maybe also what it is about, because I don't know, but this is hopefully gonna be good, and that is the last book that is on my list. A little disclaimer to that, these are quite a few books, as you probably noticed, but I also finished all of my exams, so all I do is work a little bit here and there. I do have like a student job, so my hours are quite flexible. I don't have too many hours, and I also do a lot of home office, so I can just read all the time. And my sleep schedule, meh, not the best. So I'm gonna hopefully get through all of these and take you along on my journey. Thank you so much for watching and for being here. And I can't wait to start this journey with you guys.